श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। As we saw last time, anything intelligently put together, serving a given purpose, has to be created by somebody. It implies lot of knowledge and lot of skill. And it also implies that the creator must have had the knowledge of what is created. Not lot of knowledge, complete knowledge about what is created by the creator. What we see, for an example, when I see a pot, what I see is only a clay, But then, in this creation of pot, certain knowledge and certain skill is involved. What meets with my eyes is only a pot. And I need to know, I need to find out, or I can take it for sure, there is something more than what meets with my eyes. That means the creator. For the pot itself, the clay itself doesn't become a pot, being inert, small or big, or any shape. Clay itself doesn't become an object which has purpose to serve. What I see is only clay. True, clay is not the pot, but pot is certainly the clay. And I can infer, this is gnanam, that it is not mere belief that there has to be a creator. There has to be someone with having complete knowledge and the skill to create. And as we saw last time, that someone, has to be there which has a skill to put the things intelligently in a given shape by which a particular purpose is fulfilled, whom we call the creator or God. All religions, all sampradayas talk about this God. And without understanding him, they believe him to be all-knowing, all-powerful. For us, we know that he is all-knowing and all-powerful. There is a hell of a difference between the two statements. Yoyat karta sahatadgnaha. Gatakarta gatagnaha, patakarta patagnaha, matakarta matagnaha, sarvasya karta sarvagnaha. घटकर्ता घटशक्तिमान, मठकर्ता मठशक्तिमान, पटकर्ता पटशक्तिमान, सर्वस्य कर्ता सर्वशक्तिमान. This word Shakti, please understand, doesn't mean all power, the skill also. The necessary means. You may require hands. You may require a potter, the machine to rotate the whole thing. He may require water. Everything is included in Shakti. And what we see is clay. The inert clay itself doesn't become a pot. That means there is someone who has created. So you see more than what meets with your eyes. This is the human problem. That is the human blessings also. Animals, they see only that what meets with their eyes. Dog or a cow knows the world, what meets with their eyes. But you see something beyond. That is why there is a lot of research. You feel that there must be some cause. There must be some order. That's how the jignasa comes out. And therefore we do the research, which is not the case in case of animals. They see only with that which meets with their eyes. Here we see something more than what meets with my eyes. And everybody or conveniently call them that Ishvara, believe he is Sarvagna, Sarvashaktiman, and give a form, which is something unique form, unique to what you have, unique to all our forms. They have a new color, Neela Mega Shama, which is never found in this world. As Swamiji would say, to show him something special, they add 2 hands to him, or they add 4 heads to him, 3 heads to him. Panchamukhi Mahadeva. He has 5 heads, or 4-headed Brahma, etc. It's good to worship. That's good to experience. There may be an absorbing experience, and it may be very fulfilling to some extent an experience, but that is not his Swarupa. He or she, he can be he and she and eat all the way. Anything that can be. The question comes generally that creator, the Gatakarta, the potter, is different from the pot. The carpenter is different from the furniture. Therefore, the question is the creator different from the creation? And we saw in detail last 3 classes that creator cannot be inside or outside creation. The creation can never be different from him or her, whatever you call it. So, the creation is nothing but his own expression. Now the question comes, what was said in the 6th mantra, yattadadresham agraham achakshva shrotram avarnam agotram, etc., etc., that Brahman, formless Brahman, attributeless Brahman, Brahman without any sense organs of action or perception, he becomes the Bhuta Yoni. And that is Vibhum also. That Bhuta Yoni part is understandable. That he is the Upadana Karanam. When you say Vibhu, he becomes Vividena Bhavati. He is a Upadana Karanam. But how does it become Bhuta Yoni? He is the very material cause. He is a Nimitta Karanam. But how the formless, attributeless Brahman? That is where the second Upadana Karanam is Vivarta Upadana Karanatvam comes into being. Vivarta Upadanam is Swaswarupa Aparityagena, without undergoing any change, without undergoing any intrinsic change. It as though creates something. That so-called creation is nothing but manifestation which is non-separate from it. Please understand this. What we call as creation is never a creation for us. Therefore, there is a Vakya, Sadeva Saumya Idamagra Asi. And these Western scholars translate In the beginning, there was only Sat Brahma alone was there and then become many. No, it was one, it is one, and it will be one non-dual. Then only it is Vibhum. Vividhena Bhati. It shines as many. It appears as many. And therefore we say Maya is that because of which this formless Brahman, this attributeless Brahman, this Brahman without any senses of perception or senses of action, the Brahman without any cause, agotram, it doesn't have any cause for itself. It is uncaused vastu. That uncaused vastu, that which is nityam, that which is sarvagatam, that which is susukshma, that which is avyayam, imperishable, all pervasive, becomes as though many. And that becoming many is caused by, okay? So that Maya is, as we said last time, is an ontological word to explain something, the reality of this world. This world, the reality of this world is that it is not really created. It is just manifestation. And the apt example is my dream. The dream is my own manifestation as though. I was one non-dual before the dream was created, and I am non-dual even when the dream is. And when the dream is folded up, I remain one non-dual. Sadeva Saumya idam agra asid, Sadeva Saumya idam asti, Sadeva Saumya idam bhavishyati. Ekameva dvitiyam, non-dual. I, the non-dual, was before the dream was created. I continue to be non-dual even when the dream is there. And when the dream is as though folded up, as though resolved into its cause, namely me, that will be me only. So, one non-dual becomes the cause of everything, is caused by the factor called Maya. And where, to whom does it belong? The only possible thing is Ishvara only. Because there is no creation, nobody else to own up Maya. If something is there, then it can be owned up. Much less you can say Maya has independent existence. That then it becomes two realities, which is not the case. Reality is only one non-dual Brahman. Sadeva Saumya idamagra asit. So non-duality is one, it is a non-dual, one vastu, and still that becomes many. So ultimately we impute Maya to Brahman. And that what is the category? See, when we say anirvachaniya Maya, you cannot categorize the Maya. Why? When you say Maya belongs to Brahman, that means, that means Brahman is stuck with Maya. No, it is independent of Maya. If it is independent of Maya, does Maya have independent existence? Then it is no, it is not enough. Is it one and independent both? The answer is no. No, sannapya sannapya ubhayatmika, no. Bhinnapya bhinnapya ubhayatmika. Neither it is away, nor it is one, nor it is both. That anirvachaniya means you cannot categorize. But the only possibility to explain is we impute Maya to Ishvara, therefore it is called Upadhi. Understand? Upadhi means that factor because of which the one other factor appears to be different from what it is. That is called Upadhi. Classic example is Japa Kusuma, a red flower near crystal. Because of that red flower, crystal appears to be red without undergoing any change. The crystal has not become red. Intrinsically, it has not changed. Suppose then I put a pink rose besides it. Crystal appears to be pink without really becoming pink. Because crystal being colorless continues to be colorless, appears to be different from what it is. That appearance, the cause of that appearance, that factor which causes this appearance is called upadhi. So, that rose, pink rose, is called upadhi. Similarly, but the Maya is called the upadhi of Brahman, because of which Brahman appears to be non-dual, appears to be many. And here, teacher gives few examples to explain how it has become many. Look at this mantra number 7. यथोर्णनाभिसृजते गृह्णते च यथोर्णनाभिसृजते गृह्णते च यथा पृथिव्याम् ओषधयः सम्भवन्ति यथा पृथिव्याम् ओषधयः सम्भवन्ति यथा सतः पुरुषात् केशलोभानि यथा सतः पुरुषात् केशलोभानि तथाक्षरात् सम्भवतीह विश्वम् तथाक्षरात् सम्भवतीह विश्वम्. विश्वम् विविधेन प्रत्ययेन गम्यम इति विश्वम. That things that which is known through various pratyas means many, multiplicity. Yatha, just as Urnanabhihi, the spider, Srujate Grunnate cha, it creates and it withdraws the whole blessed thing into himself. Then, yatha, just as Prithivyam Oshadayah Sambhavanti. Prithivyam, from the Mother Earth, Oshadayah Sambhavanti, various plants and the trees. You can add flowers and the fruits. Sambhavanti, they come into being from Mother Earth. Yatha, just as Satah Purusha. Satah means living. Purusha. In Shastra, when the word Purusha is used, it is used either for Brahman or for an individual Jiva. And that Jiva has no gender. Okay? Jiva's gender is temporary gender. Jiva's gender is incidental gender. Even if one doesn't know himself or herself as Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi, then even as a Jiva, that to identify myself as a human, as a male or a female or a transgender, that is incidental. Jiva is traveler, traveling from one yoni to another yoni according to karmas and karma phalas. And that jiva happens to be in this human form, and that too in a male human form. Therefore, in this janma, jiva is male human being. In next janma, jiva can be a buffalo, because, or can be a pig, because loved to eat all the time, eating and eating and eating. Anytime he passes by the fridge, there is something goes in the mouth. So that jiva who becomes a pig may be a female pig next janma. You don't know. So, Purusha, depending upon the context, is just an individual. Okay? Just as Satah Purusha, from a conscious individual, means a living individual, live individual. You know? From Satah Purushat, Keshalomani Sambhavanti. Hairs which are there on the head and the body both. Lomani means the hairs on the body, and Kesha means hairs on the head. Yatha Satah Purushat Keshalomani Sambhavanti. Keshalomani grows, it is you to add. That Sambhavanti is not there. Tatha, similarly, Aksharat in the same manner, Aksharat from that Brahman, Yattadreshyam Agrahyam Chakshu Shrotram Varnam, Ityadi, that Brahman which was described, which was talked about in mantra number 6, from that Brahman, which is Akshara, and then Akshara means that which is imperishable, Sambhavati Iha Vishwam. This world, this creation comes into being. 3 examples. Yatha Urnanabihi. The example of a spider is given to tell us, to explain further that one can be both material cause as well as the intelligent cause. The spider creates the web, the knowledge to create the web, the design of the web. If you observe the web, it is all round with crossroads. This town planning, city town planner, I am sure must have learned from the spider's web. The spider web is a big round, and from center different roads touching to the round. If you see this modern city town planning, so in India we call it ring road, outer ring road, inner ring road 1, ring road 2, ring road 3. They all connect. The ring road, it goes round, and inside from that the roads are connected to ring road. And they are given exit to join and leave and etc. Anyway, it is a design. And Swamiji would say this. Not only it knows how to create, but it knows where to create. I guess these spiders are the best psychologists. They must be studying the human behavior. They will pick up a corner when the lady of the home or the servant of the home will never ever broom that corner. So, unless it is Diwali time, they never go to that corner. So, they know this corner she never cleans up. This area, whosoever is that lady, maybe a maid servant or the owner of the house, even however fastidious that lady may be about cleanliness and hygiene and want that clean and tidy, want to make the house tidy and want it decent and presentable and all kinds of things she may have. But there is always a corner which spider knows. At least they will know in bathroom she is not so conscious about that corner. Or in a storeroom, they will find out some corner. So, Urnanabihi, it is all the knowledge necessary to create the web, beginning from where to create and which design to create. What supports that it should give, this web. It is connected to the wall. There may be main load bearing beam, you can call it in a civil engineering language. That main, what can be the load bearing this beam and what can be load bearing columns, all that no. On the central thread, which the start must be a lot of weight. And I am sure that particular thread must be having a lot of strength compared to the threads other. and all the outer threads are connected to some 3, 4 places. Even if it is in garden, I have seen, they pick up one corner, two small plants and third tree, and then connect. These are only 3, 4 threads on which the whole web is hanging. If someone makes a research and study, they would discover that those threads, like load-bearing beams, must be made stronger. They have all the knowledge, all the skill to create. And the very material to create is also, you can say, Mr. Spider. Mr. Spider has knowledge, and Mr. Spider is the material. The saliva in its mouth is the material. It knows how much saliva to, I don't know how they convert. It converts the saliva into threads. So material also comes out of him, and the knowledge also belongs to that spider. Whether it is him or her, I don't know. Let's not get into too much into gender, because as I said, the gender is incidental only. Everybody's gender is incidental. There is no permanent gender to Jiva. In that sense, Jiva is genderless and Atma is also genderless. Anyway, coming back to this, the spider brings out the saliva from its own mouth. The upadana karanam, the material cause, is also the spider. So one can be abhinna nimitta upadana karanam. One can be the material cause, and one can be the efficient cause at the same time. Please understand, earlier also I have mentioned this. Whenever an example is given in a Shastra, and the Vastu for which example is given, these two things, the Vastu and example, don't match completely. Example always falls short of the Vastu that really it is talked about. There is only some aspect of the example are applicable to Vastu. Here, and only this much, it's only one or 2 points that are conveyed or clarified through an example. Here also, only one point is cleared, clarified, or insisted that one can be non-dual material and intelligent cause. One can be the same. Generally, we find that material cause and intelligent cause are separate. Generally, material cause comes along with the material, not necessarily the intelligent cause, because it is separate. Then you would say, this is Bhagavad Krupa. That intelligent cause is away from the material. Had it been same, he said, you Hindus, when you do Vastu Pujana or something, some vidhi at home, you take a clay pot and put it in a kitchen and light a lamp and then light a incense stick, and you need a matchstick, that's all, and few food grains, and you put over there. When you go to put there, you only take clay. You only take a lamp, which is metallic. You only take incense stick and a matchstick and maybe some food grains, moog, etc. If the material cause were non-separate from the intelligent, if the intelligent cause was non-separate from the material, then when you put the pot, clay pot, the potter also would come in the home. And potter comes, then his wife also will come, pottery. And potter's wife comes, then their children also come. Then you put a lamp that is metallic. So that manufacturer, the workers will come. Their children and family will come. You put an incense stick, and then creator of incense stick and its whole family will come. And matchstick, There will not be a place not only for you, but to put a single chair in the new home. This is a grace, Swami would say, that thank God that intelligent cause and material cause are separate in the Vyavhara. You know, here it says, but and then we don't find any other example where material cause and intelligent cause are one non-dual. Therefore, the example is given, the spider yathornanabhi srujate grannate cha yatha prithivyam oshadaya sambhavanti. Then the question comes, it is understandable, spider creates these, but when you say Brahman is intelligent cause, the knowledge, all knowledge is with Brahman, and that has to be sentient. Knowledge cannot rest in an inert vastu, and that Brahman is sentient and all-knowing. Therefore, we call it consciousness. All knowledge is Chaitanya. If that, and that is also the material cause. If that Brahman is consciousness, and that is the material cause, whole world should be conscious. How come there are few inert things in the world? The karyam is always true to karanam. Yatha karanam tathaiva karyam. Like when you have cotton and you make a cotton yarn, and out of that yarn you create a cloth. So the created cloth out of the material cotton yarn can be only cotton. You cannot have terracotta upavastra or terracotta shirt out of the cotton yarn. And these yarn are created out of cotton, which is the basis for it. Because if cotton is a material, then yarn will be material cotton, and the cloth also will be cotton. So as the cause, so the effect. Effect is true to the cause. If the cause of this creation, intelligent cause, has to be sentient, all knowledge, and you said consciousness, and you only said that cause of the creation is intelligent cause is pure consciousness, and the material cause is non-separate. Yathornanavi, you said the example. It is non-separate material and intelligent cause. Abhinna nimitta upadana karanam. So material is also consciousness. Intelligent cause is also consciousness. And that being the case, whatever is created has to be conscious. You cannot have inert things in this world. Therefore, he gives an example. Yatha satah purushat keshalomani sambhavanti. From a living human being, there are hairs on the head and on the body as well. And you can add one this thing, the nails. I am conscious. Body, though inert by nature, but as of now, because of that subtle connection with the subtle body, and the subtle body reflecting consciousness, body is sentient. By nature it is inert. You can say sentiency is incidental. And that incidentalness is because of the association of subtle body. By itself it is inert. True, but as of now it is sentient. If it is sentient, body is sentient, whatever connected to body or whatever produced by body should be sentient. It itself is sentient. He says, no, keshaloma. The hairs are inert. The nails are inert. And who creates that? I, the sentient human being. I am sentient. Still, I happen to create inert things. So also, from that non-dual consciousness, which is the intelligent as well as the material cause, the entire creation has come, and this creation is full of sentient objects and inert objects. How inert can come? The answer is just as inert things, your nails, your hairs on the head, and hairs on the body come out of you, a sentient being, so also that happens with reference to this Brahman. From Brahman also, all this has come about. Swamiji would say, this is blessings. You see, he said, you have to see the grace of Ishvara here. Imagine if the hairs had sentiency. To get a haircut, you have to go to operation theater. You require anesthesia, local anesthesia at least to be given to the hairs. And then only doctor can operate those hair. Like some cyst, you have some cyst on the body. They give local anesthesia and then cut the cyst. And then dressing up, and the next day, after 2-3 days, you have pain. Hair cutting would have added to how much pain? Imagine. Because the hairs are sentient. It is a grace of the Bhagavan that they are inert. Not only they, the nails, you cannot use the nail cutter. You want to cut the nail, you have to go to hospital. And in the local anesthesia and those machines by which they will cover. And if that is a case, if that would have been a case, it would affect most to these all beauty parlor fellows. They do nail dressing up and add-on nails and all. It will impact their business if it were sentience. This is the grace of Bhagavan that you have certain things which is insentient to you, and you yourself can remove it. You don't need even to go to barber. This statement is validated in Corona Kala. During the Corona time, people learned to not only shave the beard, but they learned to shave the head also. And if they couldn't, the handy help was available in wife. And she removed the hairs. And celebrities proudly put the pictures that she did my haircut. અલા કાકા એ તાલ પાડવાનું છે એમાં કઈ નવું નથી. તારા ક્રેડિટ કાર્ડ ખાલી કરીને એ તાલ પાડવાની છે. They become proud that she removed my hairs and she cut the hair. I said, don't worry. She is to make you bald. Just give her your credit card. She will make you bald. All hairs will go. Spend away all the money. Anyway, joke apart. Coming back to this is possible from sentient being, just as the inert thing can come out. So also, aksharat sambhavati vishwam. Abhinna nibitta upadana karanat aksharadeva idam vishwam sambhavati yatha urnanabehe sakashat eva. That web comes out. Abhinna nimitta karanat urnanabehe sakashat. That spider, we like the spider which is non-dual material intelligent cause, creates the web. So also Brahman, and just as from a living human being, insentient things come out, nails and the hairs on the body and the head, so also from Brahman, inert things have come out, been created. Then gives third example. That's okay. From one inert can come. But there are no varieties of nails. Nails are same. There are no varieties of hairs. Hairs are same. Here there are variety, multiplicity. How? Yatha pruthivyam oshadayaha sambhavanti. Yatha aksharat sambhavati iha vishwam. Yatha pruthivyam. just as from the Mother Earth. The earth is same. From this Mother Earth, so many varieties of plants and trees come out. The whole botany Shastra. And people do PhDs and double PhDs in botany. All that is there from same Mother Earth. And itself has different constituents are different from place to place. But then you need earth for any kind of plant kingdom to come out. That is so many varieties. Just think of flowers and the fruits and the leaves, colors of the leaves. We see only green, but you travel in Pennsylvania or some other part of the United States and go on a highway. My God, look at those mountains. Even in California, not Arizona, Texas, you don't go there. There are no plants. But you travel those countries, those places, so many shades of green color, so many shades and different colors of the leaves, endless, from the same Mother Earth. And Gandhavati Prithvi, the smell is a guna of the Prithvi. Think of the smells of the flowers. Of course, the Westerners may not know it much because they don't have any fragrance. If you come to India and you have varieties of flowers, my God, and there's so much fragrance. You should come to ashram, Munchka. This the types of the flowers that our Bhagavan gets, Someshwara. Garden that is maintained by them, primarily by Danyaji and guided by her and the staff, every day different combination. Look at this today. How many colors? And what a smell we have. And every season there are different kinds of flowers that grow. Jasmine also different shapes, different. There is a subtle difference between the fragrance of different varieties of jasmines. Just unbelievable. This Parijata Pushpa, the Swamiji is liked the most. Whenever he came here, we have so many of them over here. And whenever he came here, we gave him in a big basket. I still remember how happy, oh, wow, he would say this. So many were frowning the eyes and he will say this. Because in the childhood he has done this Bhagavad Seva with the flowers, for the temple. And that's endless. Right? Pruthivyam oshadaya sambhavanti. From the same Mother Earth, you get varieties of flowers, varieties of colors, and varieties of fragrance. Not only flowers, Indian would know the fragrance of mango is different from the fragrance of chiku and fragrance of guava and this fragrance of Indian berry fruits and endless. Coconut has its own fragrance. People smell and tell this is good, this is not good. I've seen people. Anyway, coming back to this, so from one, many varieties can come. Yatha pruthivyam oshadayah sambhavanti. So many varieties of colors, varieties of fragrance, varieties of fruits, varieties of shapes, even shapes of leaves are there. That bilva is a unique shape. One stick and three leaves connected to one. And the central leaf is connected to central stick. It's something unique creation. Sometimes there are 5 leaves on the one stick. Sometimes there are 4. We have all these varieties. And then we offer it to Bhagavan. So the point is, one can be the cause of many and varied. Not necessary. This example from cotton, you can have only cotton shirt. It doesn't apply. all is possible again because of Maya. That Maya can create. That is the uncategorizable power. Achintya Shakti, please understand. Achintya doesn't mean that which cannot be described, that which you cannot talk about, that which you cannot think about, that which you cannot know. If you can't know Maya, then how are you going to know Brahman? You have to understand Maya. The whole creation is Mayikam, that you have to understand. You may understand Brahman by Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma or I am Sachidananda, etc. But you have to settle score with Drashya Jagat. You have to come to conclusion about the real nature of the world. And you cannot have two realities, one Brahman and this another Jagat. You have to see this Jagat as mithya, caused by Brahman. Not Brahman, but it's Maya that you have to see that. You have to understand Maya. You cannot say anirvachaniyam, that which cannot be described. Don't think of Maya, you will get confused. Right? You have to understand Maya properly, to understand the world. Okay? Coming back to this, anirvachaniyam means that which cannot be categorized. Either neither sat nor asat. Sat asat bhyam anirvachaniyam. It is called mithya. It is not there all the periods of time, and it is never there all the period of time. Like Mandyaputra, etc. It is neither Sat nor Asat, and it is both. It is there as long as you are confused. Therefore, Maya is called Nityam. Nanto na chadir nacha sampratishta. Ashwatthamenam suviruda moolam asanga shastrena dridena chitva, etc., etc. Nanto na chadihi. The Vishwasya antaha api nasti, chadi api nasti. Kasmat karanat, because Maya adi anta nasti. From one standpoint, as long as there is ignorance. So, coming back to this, it is neither Sat nor Asat, neither existent nor non-existent. In between, you can say in the modern word, it is with reference to Sat and Asat. You can use this, though it is not a right word. It is transgender Maya. It is not even transgender. It is neither Sat nor Asat nor both. Therefore, we call it as Anirvachaniya Maya. And that is the cause because of which the whole creation has come about. And little further, when the cause of the creation, which is there as though with Brahman, that which is the reality, that reality because of Maya becomes the cause of this entire Vishwam, entire world, entire creation is mithya. If that is mithya, Jagat is also, whole world is anirvachaniyam. Anirvachaniyam means when we talk about the reality, you cannot categorize. Anirvachaniyam or mithya doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It is very much there. It is mithya is something to be, it is cognitive, not perceptive. Perception will continue as it is. But your cognition will change and you will understand it is mithya. Like even blue sky. When we say mithya, it is doesn't mean it is not there. Blue sky is a reality for your eyes. But it should not be reality for your buddhi. That's all. Jagat is reality for my sense organs and for my body and for my upadhi. as far as my understanding is concerned, my knowledge is concerned, I know it is mithya. Because caused by Maya, which happens to be mithya. The mithya cause causes the Jagat. Mithya cause creates the Jagat. And as the cause, this Jagat also should be equally mithya. Okay? So, mithya means neither real nor non-existent. Don't use the word unreal. Real means that which is there on the three periods of time. Trikale tishtati iti sat. Trikale kadapi na tishtati iti asat. Like Vandyasuta, son of a barren woman. Or the flower from the sky. These are all non-existent. Totally non-existent. In between is okay? And that in between is called tucham. Okay? Maya is tucham. So the Jagat is tucham. We'll see a little further about this mantra tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.